Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we continue to follow the fallout after Democrats call for the military not to follow illegal orders and President Trump calling it worthy of punishment. Plus, Hurricane Melissa's 252-mile-per-hour winds shattered history books and left three-fourths of Jamaica in the dark. We'll have more on the damage and the recovery. And changes are coming to Partridge Creek Compost in Ishpeming. The nonprofit is searching for a new leader to take the reins. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Dakota, good evening. I didn't see a lot, but I did see some snowflakes earlier today. Any more heading our way?
Yeah, we've still got a few of those snow showers out there across the eastern half of the UP. You can see them on Doppler Max just behind me. Let's take that full, and you can see here a few of those snow flurries still lingering, but those should be tapering off pretty soon. Temperatures 34 here into Marquette, also into Iron Mountain, 37 out towards Escanaba, and about 36 out towards Copper Harbor. As we look ahead towards tonight, temperatures into the upper 20s, a little bit more clouds by morning. We are still watching a storm system that could impact Thanksgiving. We'll give you our thoughts coming up in just a few.
Sounds good, Dakota. Thank you very much. A 1-minute and 30-second video about illegal military orders has set off backlash from Republicans, explosive posts from President Trump, and new safety concerns for Democratic members of Congress. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon has more from Capitol Hill tonight, where the fallout is growing fast.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
This is the video released by Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin and several other Democratic service and veteran members of Congress, urging active military and intelligence officials to refuse illegal orders. Republicans were quick to criticize the Democratic lawmakers in the video, which was shared on Tuesday.
It's not a troop in the field's responsibility to determine the legality of their orders. They're following orders. They're basically trying to command people in the field to betray the wishes of the commander-in-chief. It is just highly unproductive and out of bounds for members of Congress to be doing that.
Shame on them for doing that.
You think they should face any consequences for that?
I don't know. I think that, I'm not sure there is anything at this point. I just think that they ought to acknowledge and apologize for what they did.
However, President Trump took his rebuke of the video even further in a series of posts and reposts on Truth Social.
I would hope that people of all backgrounds, Democrat, Republican, Independent, would agree that threatening death for people you disagree with is beyond the pale of who we are as Americans.
He responded that this is borderline or seditious and what the penalty is for sedition. I'm not saying I would have done it, but, the president's a pretty serious guy. He's pretty black and white.
Certainly, I don't believe that Trump literally believes that, these people should be hanged, and he probably should not have taken that step and made that tweet.
Democrats not holding back on the president's comments Friday.
Donald Trump, a draft dodger, is obviously a weak and lawless crook who doesn't believe in that oath.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
In the original video, the Democratic lawmakers did not specify exactly what orders would be considered unlawful. The White House said this week every order given to service members has been lawful. New data shows Hurricane Melissa, the Category 5 storm that devastated Jamaica last month, had record-breaking wind gusts of 252 miles per hour. It's the strongest hurricane wind ever recorded. The storm left its mark in the Caribbean, especially on the island of Jamaica, where crews are still working on recovery efforts. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has more.
In late October, Hurricane Melissa inflicted catastrophic damage in the Caribbean. It made landfall in Jamaica as a Category 5 storm before it progressed towards Cuba, the Bahamas, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti. In Jamaica, officials said about 3/4 of the country was left without electricity. Their infrastructure took a beating, and farms took a huge hit. The storm killed more than 50 people, mostly in Jamaica and Haiti. It was one of the most powerful storms in the Atlantic in more than 150 years.
We were able to mobilize $37 million to the Caribbean response, and that included $22 million to Jamaica. We brought in and provided critical supplies right in the communities who needed them, and that was 779,000 pounds worth of response commodities. It was really a tremendous coordinated effort.
Weeks after the storm, the State Department says they are seeing more stability in places like Jamaica, but more needs to be done to get things fully up and running again.
This is going to be a long road to recovery, but we have seen communities where we have water filtration systems that are back up and running. We have communication networks that are restored, critical supply lines that are reestablished. And so we'll continue. Our embassy is on the ground. It is operational. We continue to work closely with the leadership in Jamaica and throughout the Caribbean as we recover through this critical time.
The U.S. Better Business Bureau is also issuing warnings about scams targeting residents and donors trying to steal money or personal information. The State Department is urging people who want to help or receive help to make sure they are working with trusted entities and organizations.
When there is a crisis, there are individuals, unfortunately, who try to take advantage. What we ask is that the people of Jamaica continue to be vigilant.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
A major leadership change is underway at Partridge Creek Compost in Ishpeming. The nonprofit is announcing it's launching a search for a new executive director to guide the growing organization into its next phase. Since 2023, PCC has built a fully permitted compost facility and grown its curbside service to more than 450 customers. The board says the next leader will focus on expanding revenue and scaling operations to meet the needs of the community. Outgoing executive director Phil Carter will remain active on the board of directors.
We're looking for someone who has the business knowledge to take this and grow it quickly, to make our societal and environmental impact all that much greater, and to make sure we can continue doing what we're doing and capitalize on everything that we've built, which is tremendous.
After leading the nonprofit through its infancy and explosive growth, Carter believes new leadership will be better equipped to navigate the recent uncertainties that surround funding a nonprofit. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break, plus how one local brewery is turning its tap room into a hub for helping those in need, and how are late state budgets affecting schools in Upper Michigan, and could grade school programs be the key to shaping future careers? Hear what local leaders had to say. We'll be right back.
Now, from the 19 News Forecast Center, this is WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather.
Welcome back, everybody. 34 high temp today here in Marquette, and again, that was pretty seasonal for us. That's right around where we should be for this time of the year. So, not going to complain about the temperature side of things here. It's average. 34 now here into Marquette. Again, we got about 34 out into Newberry as well, 37 down into Escanaba, and about 27 in the western half of the UP out towards Ironwood. And temperatures shouldn't dip off too much tonight with advancing cloud cover. That should help like a blanket. Should keep our temperatures up through the overnight. Winds a little breezy still out here towards Copper Harbor, still about 16 miles per hour. These are the sustained winds, not the wind gusts. But you see out here towards Newberry about 7 miles, and even out towards Escanaba as well. We still have that small craft advisory that runs until the top of the hour for the Lake Superior shoreline. I don't think we'll see this reissued for the weekend, but we'll keep an eye on it as always. Doppler Max is quiet now, but you see over here on the eastern half of the UP, we do have a couple of little light snow flurries out here, but these are tapering off, and there's not much power to them. You see how light they are, so don't expect any real snow accumulation out of that, just a few flurries coming on down. But there's a storm system passing well down to our south near the Windy City, and but you see that northerly wind component that could bring in some lake effect cloudiness as we head into this weekend. But the moisture side of things looks pretty low. So I don't think we're going to see much in terms of rain or snow this weekend, but expect more in the way of clouds. I don't think we're going to see much sunshine, at least tomorrow. Sunday will sneak out a little bit more, but Saturday's looking pretty cloudy. So here's how it looks on First Warning Weather Futurecast. Those clouds kind of surge on in as we head into the overnight hours tonight and into tomorrow morning. So we start Saturday pretty quiet. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much moisture. There is a chance of a couple of light showers or maybe a flurry, but I'm really not seeing that. I really think the air across much of the Upper Peninsula should be mostly on the drier side. So, but again, like I often say, living next to a big lake means there is that potential of maybe an isolated flurry or shower. But here comes more sunshine as we head into Sunday. And this is going to be a precursor to a big pattern flip as we head into Thanksgiving. And if you've been with us this week, we've been kind of hinting about that. Let's show you the next 7 days of your life. And you can see 40 tomorrow, 48 on Sunday. So above average through the weekend and into early next week. Some more sunshine. Scattered showers Tuesday, but then here comes that pattern flip as we head towards Thanksgiving. A few scattered snow showers, and it looks like snow will continue as we head towards next weekend.
All right, Dakota, thank you again. Coming up next, 5th grade Fridays allows students in Delta County the chance to explore upper education opportunities with a tour of Bay College. We'll tell you more about the program when we come back.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. This morning, the final 2025 installment of the Lake Superior Community Partnerships Breakfast and Business Series focused on education took place. Panelists included Superintendent of Nice Community Schools, Brian D. Augustine, Executive Director of the Upper Peninsula Construction Council, Mike Smith, and Superintendent of Marquette Algerisa, Greg Nean. The morning covered the effects of this year's late state budget and how grade school CTE programs can impact the careers of Upper Michigan students.
So it was a really diverse discussion today, and it's not just about kids in classrooms, right? It's about supporting families to make sure they can send their kids to those classrooms. It's about making sure that our partners in Lansing understand that these investments all impact our entire economy.
The LSCP will return with more unique breakfast and business events in January. Today, young students in Schoolcraft and Delta counties got to experience a college campus and learn about potential career paths they can explore. Our Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has the story.
Busloads of students filled the halls of Bay College on 5th grade Friday, a partnership with the Delta Schoolcraft Intermediate School District.
It brings in over 400 of our local 5th graders to tour the Bay College facilities, learn about different career opportunities and things they can do once they're outside of their K-12 experience.
They attended a series of sessions where Bay College faculty taught them how what they're learning in the classroom translates to a career.
What am I ever going to do with algebra? Well, they're learning about some different math that applies directly to engineering or chemistry, biology. Bay's got a great trades program too, nursing, welding.
And much of it was hands-on.
Students get to go to the chemistry lab and we light things on fire. They go to the nursing simulation lab and see the mannequins bleed and cough. We were trying to tap kids into see different things through touch, interaction, engagement, experimenting.
These students learned about business skills, but they didn't just sit through a lecture.
They're actually getting interviewed by the faculty and the BPA students, but it's through a team building activity with marshmallows and spaghetti. Everything's really fun, really playful, but it's all for learning and getting the students excited to explore different career options.
They may be much younger than students you usually see on a college campus, but the Intermediate School District says this is the perfect time to get them thinking about what comes after high school.
They can't be what they can't see. All the research shows the earlier we can get them exposed to the possibilities helps them start to develop plans as early as elementary school of what they would like to be.
And 5th grade Friday shows students just some of the possibilities available to them in their futures.
College might seem inaccessible to some people. I just hope they feel comfortable on a college campus in a college environment and then hopefully feel college is a path for them if they choose.
Reporting in Escanaba, Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News.
The Oradoc Brewing Company is currently accepting perishable donations in partnership with the United Way of Marquette County. Through Tuesday, December 2nd, the brewing company will take and hold any fresh refrigerated or frozen items, including meat, dairy, and eggs, before distribution to local food pantries. Donations can be brought directly to the Spring Street Tap Room and given to a bartender. Oradoc Management says the First Time initiative is a special way to utilize its services and give back to the Marquette community.
To hold on to some of those perishable items for a couple of days until they can get distributed. We've never done that before, so it is nice to have that option this year to be able to do that.
The brewery is also taking non-perishable donations throughout the holiday season. Mike Ludlam has your look at sports. When we come back, he'll tell us who's been named the GLIAC Football Head Coach of the Year. And Michigan Tech Hockey prepares to take on Minnesota State tonight. He'll give us a preview of the matchup when we come back. But first, here's your Upers United Volunteer Opportunity of the Day. The Kiwanis Club of Marquette is once again hosting their annual holiday meal this Christmas Eve. They serve over 450 meals to anyone in the community, and they need help. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities, you know what to do. Just head to upersunited.com.
Tonight, an ex-cop who spent his life fighting crime has committed his retirement to fighting grime and doing loads of good. And today is one of the busiest travel days of the year as people hit the roads and skies ahead of the holidays. We'll break down what you need to know ahead on the CBS Evening News.
and blah, blah, blah. Is that better?
He says it works. So
No, it's good enough for us, right? We're not asking for miracles. Blah, blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good evening, everyone. Michigan Tech football head coach Dan Metlack has been named the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Coach of the Year for the 2025 season. This is the first time a Tech coach has received the honor since 2010, when Tom Curley earned the honor. Metlack is a Gwynn High School graduate. The Huskies finished the year 4-3 in the conference and 7-4 overall. This is the first time the Huskies have had 7 or more wins in 2 straight seasons in a decade. Metlack just completed his 3rd season as head coach of his alma mater. The Huskies earned their first ranked win over an opponent in 7 seasons in the home opener against 16th ranked Bemidji State on August 29th. The Black and Gold also cracked the top 25 in week 2 of the season, checking in at number 24, marking the first time Michigan Tech had made the polls since November of 2015. Metlack had a very successful career as a Michigan Tech quarterback from 2001 through 04, when he was named an All-American, the 2004 GLIAC Player of the Year, and a 2-time All-GLIAC selection. NMU running back Noah Dolbert is the conference offensive back of the year. His 1,656 rushing yards and 15 touchdowns set new NMU single-season records. He was GLIAC Offensive Player of the Week 3 times, and he earned the D2Football.com National Offensive Player of the Year or Player of the Week once. Also on the first team, including Kingsford wide receiver Nick Knorr of Michigan Tech, offensive lineman Brandon DeVries of the Huskies, defensive lineman Pierce Miller of Tech, and linebacker Jax Hertel of NMU. Also linebacker Chase Koch of MTU is on the first team, and Iron Mountain defensive back Dante Bassanese as well. On the second team, running back Jahai Wood of NMU, wide receiver Ethan Champney of the Huskies, along with offensive lineman Daniel Babcock of NMU, plus NMU offensive lineman Chris Bornhuft, defensive lineman Connor Heinernacht of MTU, linebacker Mitch Larkin of NMU, and Porter Zeman of the Huskies. Congratulations to all. The Michigan Tech hockey team is on the road this weekend with a series at Minnesota State. The Huskies are in 3rd place in the CCHA with 15 points, 2 points behind co-leaders Bemidji State and Bowling Green. The Mavericks are in 4th place with 12 points. To be different tonight, we'll start with Minnesota State head coach Luke Strand and his thoughts on the Huskies.
I think when you get into a winning track and you're in a winning culture, Bill's going to bring that up there. He's done a great job with it already. So that forward group is tough to play against. So we're going to have to make sure we're taking care of the puck on our side and not playing foolishly, because they can take advantage of that part. And at the same time, I think we got to get it and play after those D and make sure we get around the cage, because I think right now their goaltender's seeing it, he's stopping it.
Obviously, Luke Strand extremely well. We coached in the USHL against each other. When he was in Sioux City, I was in Tri-City. He's been in the Big Ten. When I've been in the Big Ten, they're a good team. They're driven offensively by Tristan Lemaire, and Muir on the back end is dangerous. He's having a great season. So there's guys that we have to be aware of.
Face-off tonight, 8:07 Eastern, 7:07 Central Time. Saturday start, 7:07 Eastern, 6:07 Central. Northern Michigan visits Bemidji State with the same starting times. Lake Superior State is in Big Rapids, meeting Ferris State. And the all-GLIAC volleyball teams were named today. For the first team, Mackenzie Gruner of NMU. Second team, setter Allie Barlow of the Wildcats and Liesl Hagen of NMU. Second team for Michigan Tech, Kingsford's Madeline Kreider at setter, along with Paige Wagner and Rachel Zurich. Good luck to the high school football teams in action this weekend in the Upper Peninsula. North Dickinson in the state final in Division II against Portland St. Patrick, 2 o'clock Eastern at the Superior Dome. Menominee against Pewamo Westphalia in Division VII, a semifinal in Gaylord. And Bark River Harris is in Alpena with its game against Harbor Beach. That's all for sports. Kevin, take it away. One final check of your forecast here. Temperatures, may dip off into the upper teens near the southern half of the UP, but should stay in the mid-20s elsewhere. Tomorrow up to around 40, 48 on Sunday. A little more in the way of cloud cover on Saturday. We'll sneak in some more sunshine Sunday. And then here comes that pattern change as we head towards Thanksgiving. Watch for a few snow showers, which may linger into next weekend. We'll give you another update on your forecast coming up tonight at 11 Eastern, 10 Central.
Dakota, thanks again. And finally tonight, we'll end our show in Lansing, where the downtown area is buzzing, but not with lawmakers. Over 40,000 Michiganders are celebrating the holiday kickoff event, Silver Bells in the City. Crews spent the day stringing lights, securing barricades, and preparing the parade route, while vendors set up more than 35 booths and food trailers for the annual Silver Bells Village. The men and women behind the celebration say it's great to see the community come out for the parade, tree lighting, the drone show, and the special projections downtown.
And it is part of a wonderful electric lights tradition that we all get on board with it. It's a great time. 100,000 people could be around here tonight, so it's fun.
There are still celebrations to come tonight in downtown Lansing. We'll have more from the festivities at 11. That's when we'll see you next, everyone. Have a great night.